The aim of today's lesson is to create a three-dimensional clay pot from start to finish within about an hour. We're going to use a pitch and turning technique to create the pot shape, and we want the walls to be the same thickness all the way around the pot. So we're going to be working on that. We're going to scratch our names at the base of the pot, and hopefully we'll be finished within the lesson, so we'll all be at the same spot. So what I've just done is explain the learning intention of the lesson to the students. Now I'm going to show you some examples of functional and aesthetic purposes of ceramic pots from way back in ancient history up to the current day. So here we have some pots that actually look a little bit like a jug. And again, we have some different pots that look like a jug. Have a look at the way the rims of the pots look as well, because that's going to be a bit like what we're doing today. This is function and aesthetics. The reason for showing the children the images on the interactive whiteboard gives them a little bit of a background knowledge and connection to the real world of why ceramic pots have been used and how they've been used from thousands of years ago up until the current day. So this gives this lesson more relevance and meaning to the children and to their real world.
So here is your piece of clay. We need to just turn that into a ball. This clay is actually a bit soft, so scrunching is probably going to be better than rolling, because as you can see, just rolling like that is going to turn it into a disc shape. So probably scrunching is the best technique with this clay. So once you have it into a ball, you're going to press your thumb into the center. You're not going to squeeze all the way down because you need to leave a base about that thick. So pushing your thumb into the center, and then using a pinch and turn method, you're going to pinch slightly with these two fingers. Turn, pinch, turn, pinch. I'm actually using those three fingers, it's working better. Pinch, turn, pinch. As you can see, I'm only turning that pot ever so slightly. So I'm just turning it another half finger space each time. Turn, pinch. And doing that, as you can see, is creating a bowl shape or a pinch pot. Now remember, one of our goals or our learning intentions today was to keep the width of the walls consistent. Once you've got it to a point where you're quite happy with it, you can then just start pinching slightly the parts where it's thicker. If you have pinched it too much and weakened the integrity of the wall, as you can see when I pinch really tightly, that happens. It's really okay for you to scrunch it up, take it back to a ball and start again. because it happens quickly. But the trick is just getting it nice, to a nice consistency. So I've got it back into a ball, pushing my thumb in the center, and then pinch, turn. Because this clay is soft, I would recommend that you keep the bowl small, and you keep the walls quite thick so that we have strength in our pot. So I would recommend that you keep your bowl about this, a bit bigger than the palm of your hand. Okay, then we're going to smooth it out. When you're happy with it, when you're happy with the width of the walls and the shape, you can then smooth it out. Then we can turn it upside down and you can smooth out the outside. Now we want a good job, not a rushed job. So take your time. It happens quickly, but that doesn't mean that you should be finished in 5 minutes, because you need to take care. So everybody should have a finished pot by the end of this lesson. Once you've done that, you've smoothed it out, because it'll take you quite some time to get it completely to a quality that you're happy with. And then once you've done that, I could spend a lot more time making that nicer, but that's basically what we're wanting to achieve today. Now if you're on a table, which I'm not, and you will be at a table, you can just slap that down onto the table, and the flat surface will create a flat bottom for it to sit nice and still. And when you're finished, the very last thing you're going to do is scratch your name into the bottom. And we're just going to put our initials in the bottom. So what was just demonstrated to the children is the guided part of the learning activities, where the teacher models the entire process.
Taking a piece of clay and going back to their desk and starting to work on this on their own. Great. For those of you, you can go back to your desk and you can follow the prompt on the interactive whiteboard if you get stuck. For those of you who feel like they want a little bit more instruction, you can come and sit around my desk and we will go through it step by step together. The beautiful thing about this lesson is all students will be able to successfully complete their pot in the lesson. For those that feel more confident in completing the pot on their own, they can go and work independently with a visual scaffold. For those who are unsure or not really confident in doing it, they're going to have small group work with individual one-on-one if necessary, step-by-step guide with the teacher. The summative assessment looks like this, and all of the success criteria directly relates to the learning intention as mentioned earlier. There is a section for self-assessment and teacher assessment. It gives the students a chance to self-reflect of their pot against the success criteria. There is super sizzling, which is obviously super duper good, terrific, great, and basic. The teacher will also assess the student against the same criteria, so they can actually reflect afterwards as well and see how they've gone relating to the